He probably has infinite money as well,
This
of
is a
course.
good day for starting over, my friend.
Oh, he still wants to recruit him. That's so awesome. Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Watch The Expanse. Today we're at episode 7 already of season 1. I think it's called Against Windmills, which is, of course, a Don Quixote quote, and I still haven't read it. I actually might read it now. I don't know. Does anyone want a review of Don Quixote by me? I mean, I could find the spare time, perhaps. I don't know how long it is. I mean, it. You know, the thing is, it feels like something I should know to get the show better or get some hints better, and I'm actually thinking about doing it. So let me know in the comments if you're up for that. I mean, I haven't done a book review thing for a long time. I did read Wheel of Time on camera for some time. You know, I really love books. I've read probably 1,000 books or more. Wrote some as well, as you know from my self-plugs. But Don Quixote is one of the things I haven't read yet. I always wanted to watch it or read it, like, because there is a movie in German, like, not in Germany, it's a movie that is translated to German that's very popular. And I always wanted to watch that as a child, but, like, I never did. And I never read the book, so tell me if you want me to read it and give a review. Don't know, or an analysis. And, yeah, also I have not read Faust. As still not read that. I still want a version of Faust I can read. And yeah, you know, it's like sometimes you just don't have the time for it. There are so many brilliant works of fiction and I mean only works of fiction out there, and I don't have the time to read all of them, listen to all of them. Yeah, I do hope you understand that. I mean, obviously you do. Anyway, so we will start now with the episode. Last time we had Miller throw the idiot ball in his own face. Some people have defended him in the comments, and I got that. Like, yeah, you can make up some reasons why it would be stupid to say I have not told anyone. But come on, it's a trope. It's a trope. I'm sorry, it's a trope. Like I know, like I do think in these situations, perhaps I could make up fan canon why it was actually the best thing to do. I could do that, but the trope is one of my most hated tropes, so I won't. I hope you understand that. Anyway, we'll just get into the episode. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my reactions. Some small addition as well is that I do plan, like, because someone asked, and I've promised this for some time, so I've now set this basically in stone. So I will react to Chernobyl, which is physics and Jared Harris, so obviously I want to watch that and react to it. But yeah, I will do that at least after Expanse, and I know Expanse is long, but you know, if you want it earlier, you can let me know. But yeah, Chernobyl is something I wanted to do for 3 years now. I want to watch it. And Breaking Bad is something I want to watch at the channel. So what is my plans after this show? And I know it's just to inform you so you don't ask. It is like Chernobyl, then Breaking Bad. And if you really, really want Chernobyl and Breaking Bad, let me know. Currently, there's not that much demand for it. And I mean, I'm a small channel, but I always love feedback from my viewers. As you probably know. So anyway, let's get into this. I've talked for way too much already again, and I know that's why you're here, if you're not stumbled upon this video by chance. So let's go, have some fun, and yeah. Okay, so we are starting with one of the trains, I think, in Ceres. And it's humming, as the subtitles tell me. Oh, that's Miller, yeah. By the way, the actor of Miller is so awesome. Yeah, he's... yeah... I get it though somehow what he did. What is he looking at? There must have been time for what? Oh, yeah. What's he gonna do now? Oh, he still has to come to the Mao guy.
Fighter
Ooh.
had courage.
Wow. She did have courage from all we know.
To be helped.
But she's still alive, I think. Wow. Probably talks about himself, yeah.
They're worth saving.
Wow. I don't think so. I don't agree, but I get why he's saying that.
Don't want them sound.
What the frick, man? Holy shit. Wow.
Wanted me to bring her home.
Wow. Did he send that to the Mao dude? The Mao dude might be his way out, though. He might be an ally he needs. Wow. Whoa. Is he drunk? Or is he just completely fricked psychologically? Oh, what does Jared Harris say? Something's controlled here. No, it's controlled, mate. You're fucked. What the fuck's going on? Oh, that thing again. The buffering shit. Anyway, I can't wait for better internet, but we will just continue when it continues.
Take me to the docks!
I love that he's getting angry though. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's like... So, gas freighter Rocinante. That's obviously untrue. They are a Martian vessel. So one of the things I know it's just a side thing, but so the cards do take you where you want? Or is he just delusional and being like, take me to the docks, even though it won't ever take him to the docks? So Anderson Dawes is having a speech or something, so he's riling people up. And I do think Miller is actually, like, the best bet he would have is to hope that he somehow gets communication out that's not monitored by his weird boss, and that somehow gets to Mao. Because he does have industrial and probably monetary power. So he might be a good bet. But anyway, we go to the Rocinante. And I know I pronounced that incorrectly, but... Actually, I know I said I will just pause after scenes, but I technically the scene isn't started, so let's actually look at the ship. So, I mean, it's a gas freighter, so these tanks are gas. How big are they, though? What would you estimate? How big is this ship? I don't know. Rocinante, where's the woman? Here is the graffiti that Amos did. Some people have told me the Amos actor really went into it, and I really feel that, like, the Amos actor, that's one dude I would love to talk to, you know, that's like one of the people that I do think understand acting, and they are a fan, like he's a fan of the show, I heard, of the books, and, like, those people are rare. I love it when people who are fans try to embody the characters, because they really do get them. Like, if you love something, you get characters better sometimes. Anyway, so we have SV7, SV9. Interesting. So, I guess the gas is out here, and the quarters are here. Anyway, let's go.
Belter attacked the Scipio African.
Okay.
In between here and Eros.
Oh, I get it. That's why it was there as well. I loved it. I love it. It's so good. Yeah.
If anyone comes on board...
They can't check every ship.
They can't, yeah. That's true. Holy shit, that's awesome.
It's gonna be under a microscope.
Man, that's so awesome how cause and effect are shaping the world.
Just a run-of-the-mill gas hauler.
No. I mean, you have gas tanks, so...
Just got pinged by a ranging laser.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Tab, let us know they're watching.
Oh, fuck, man.
Target lock. We need to be ready.
I need them to be boarded, though, because I would love to have that conflict and the characters react to that. I need that. I hope they're boarded. Like, I don't hope they're boarded because I love them, but, you know. Yep, they're fucked. They're fucked. That's good. Oh, I love it. Let's go.
This was an MC
Yes.
Systems normally recognize other Martian Navy as friends.
Oh, it's so cool. Oh, that's no. Okay.
One as smart as you end up on the Canterbury.
Yeah, that's a good
I fell
question.
upwards to the level of my incompetence.
What? that's so awesome. I felt upwards. I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
It's a radio transmission coming from between
Okay.
service and conduit.
Could be a faulty.
What's it? Yeah. So some secret thing is there.
Ships send out status updates when they handshake other vessels.
Oh, you don't know. What's Amos doing? What's Amos doing? Amos, you're my favorite character, I think. What are you doing?
I'm on it.
He's pissed for the first time when she told him something. That's weird, man. Amos is like... I consider that a scene, so let's actually think about this. I just love how the Diego. I'm sorry I can't pronounce his name correctly. It's like that storyline. Like people have made me aware of the fact that Diogo, if that's not correct, I'm sorry. So Diogo was the one that Miller caught. And so Diogo and Matteo went to the Martian ship, and all that stuff happened. And now Diogo is in space, not Matteo. I don't know, that dude looked like a Matteo. I don't know why. He just looked like a Matteo. I don't know why. So, but we have that storyline connected to this one here. So, I mean, some writers do say you have to make sure that a scene with characters, or like a piece of writing with characters, does make the characters move forward, the plot move forward, and the world building move forward. And the encounter that Matteo and Diogo had with the Martians did all three now, and I really love that. I just thought of that when I watched the scene now, because now we also have an effect on the world building and the plot. Like the character building, of course, was for the Belters, meta level speaking, with Diogo and Matteo, but it now also affects our, I would say, main cast, because now the Martians are looking out more, and we have more reason to be afraid, so the tension rises. And I love the fading upwards comment. I mean, I can only speak for Germany, and also just more anecdotally than empirically, though I've heard this more often now than not, so it might not only be anecdotal directly on the border, but I just want to make that transparent, that in like if someone is employed by the government in Germany, and they're like, for example, a teacher, and that's what I have the most knowledge on. So don't tell the German government. I mean, this is just a joke, of course. But you know, the thing is, if like teachers can't be fired if they are federal employees, if they get a federal employeeship, whatever it's called. I don't know what it is called in English, but it's basically they are paid for the state. They are state people, so they can't be fired other than, how do I phrase this? I did have a teacher that was good at legal stuff once, and he told me you can only get fired in German government as a teacher when you do the, let's say, you know, the painter people from World War II in Germany, the painter people, I always use that to not get demonetized. Like, they did a certain salute. If you do that by having a grape plantation with a student, that's when you get fired. I know I had to censor that a bit with my speech, and I don't like that, but that's how YouTube is. But, you know, that's when you can get fired. And he did it tongue-in-cheek a bit, but he was a very, very clever, he still is a very clever person. He did study law, psychology, and education. Probably one of the most capable people in Germany in those areas, as far as I know, and I know quite a lot now. So, and that is why you can't fire a teacher. So, what do you do to the teacher that is real fuck up? Like he or she is like the dumbest idiot ever. Like just imagine that. Like, and with dumb I mean stuff like either they are not competent in their subjects, which happens more often than you think, or they are not competent as an educator. And with that I mean like if they go into a class, they will just be bullied out. Students will throw like I don't know gum at them and stuff, and they don't know what to do. And that's also a problem sometimes. So if you're a teacher, you both need educational competencies and subject competencies, both of them. Though subject competencies are more predictive of success as a teacher and good teacher than the other one, but it's still both relevant. And we can prove that empirically, but so just so you know what I'm talking about here. And like, what do you do with those people? And often, like, some of those people have been promoted. Many people of those are promoted. And a good friend of mine who is having... I will make this nebulous because I don't want to reveal anything and stuff. You know, I hope you understand. But he does know the German ministries and the ministers. Is it called minister? Like the head of education, for example, in federal states. He knows several of them, and he knows many of the politics. So he's been in the game for 40 years now. So he knows people, and he's like in the last 10 or 15 years, they promoted the incompetent idiots, and they sometimes promoted them to Highland. I will not say more because of obviously the implications that might have if I did say more. I hope you understand. So, like, they were promoted pretty highly. So they failed upwards. So failing upwards in these more government-oriented systems in Germany is something in education that happens a lot. Not always. Like, some of the people in high positions are incredibly competent. But the problem is you have both. So it's a very, like, big gap between incredibly competent and incredibly incompetent people. And that's why I loved her quote. Like, sometimes people just do fail upwards. Because when do you fail upwards? When you can't be fired, perhaps? Or when you have someone in the structures that promote that you know, that you're a friend of, which happens, and there's biases and yeah. So anyway, that's what this was. So I guess that's all I want to say. So, who's in the suit now? Is it Amos? He wants to check on it. What is that? What is that pipe? It says caution though. Oh, okay. What the fuck's going on? What the fuck are you doing? Who is that? Is that someone I know? Why is he smashing? Is he trying to crush the helmet? Of course it stops there. Oh, holy shit. He just broke his thing. He's gonna die. He's gonna die if he doesn't. He just got away! He just died! He was dying! He was fucking choking on nothingness! How scary is that? Jesus fucking Christ. So he just found some asshole in the little compartment. That looks so beautiful. What an awesome shot, man. Director is doing a good job here.
Murdered in the last 30 seconds.
I mean, okay.
This group has a history of run-ins with the government.
Really?
Okay. So she's just going towards them.
Overhead. You'll be living on base.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I mean, I guess she has some control. Like, she's doing some really intelligent stuff, but sometimes I also feel she's doing weird stuff. Those things are, by the way, I think I know what they're. They're basically futuristic windmills. I will tell you more after this scene. I've seen them before. There are ships powered with it. Oh!
UN deputy Anderson.
Really? Oh. Wow. I know the actress as well for his mother. Is that the one who created him, so to speak?
Not enter that residence. We cannot maintain your security.
Yeah, so it's just a drone. Interesting. They'll cut away. Okay. No, fuck off, man. I hate these advertisement shits. That's so interesting, man. That's so interesting. Love it, man. So she's going in. She wants Holden's mom, biological mom, as a witness. Yeah, so the wind turbines, I looked for a little shot to see them. So I do think these are futuristic wind turbines. I mean, obviously they turn in the wind. But I do think it's Bernoulli effect. I do think there are more effects at hand here because they're not round. But I love it. Like there are ships, Flettner rotors. I mean, I don't know the English name for it. I think it's called Flettner rotors. I will actually look it up one moment. Yeah, so I did look it up. It's it is indeed all I just said. So you don't have to be like, oh, why didn't he know this again? He should know everything in every physics topic. Why doesn't he know what the fucking planet's diameter is that no one cares about, or moon's diameter? I'm sorry, I just a joke. So like this is the Bernoulli effect, or like from the Bernoulli equations you get it. Like someone called Magnus solved it. It's called it's also the Magnus effect sometimes, and it's basically different wind speeds do create different buoyancy and pressures on certain structures, and that's what makes them move. It has to do very loosely with why planes fly. So planes are pushed upwards, and it's a similar effect, if I recall correctly, and these wind turbines are probably shaped so they use it, and it just rotates through that. Like there is like wind creates different pressure areas, and through those like movement is facilitated. And there are Flettner rotor ships that use that to power their engines. Like they have these like pillars, like two pillars on them that like rotate through that. It's the same effect as with a soccer ball, like that goes in a banana flank or whatever it's called.
For our friend Fred Johnson.
Oh, Fred Johnson has a spy. Okay. And he's
Why
here.
would Fred spy on us? He knows more than we do.
I mean, yeah, he does know more than you.
I wouldn't have if Knuckles over here hadn't jumped
Okay, so he accidentally broke it.
for DeVilla Aerospatial. I do special.
Ooh, corrupt. Okay, so he's a spy.
Then why are you on our ship?
Kenzo's Japanese again.
Make your flight plan. I saw you were headed for Eros. I hitched a ride.
Oh, so he voluntarily wanted to go to Eros.
So arrange a pickup.
Too bad
That's good. That's good, though. That's good. They have a new ally. He's probably gonna die. I don't think he's main cast material. Perhaps he is.
There's nothing else out here.
It's none of your damn business.
Interesting. So, are they being hailed by an M0 Yangtze? The Yangtze... Yeah.
On an intercept course.
They must have
Branch.
picked up this arsehole.
Oh no. Oh shit.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I'm there. Disable the controls.
Oh shit, man. I like that they blackmail him with the airlock though.
By any Mickey patrol, and I know
Yeah.
it's none of my business. Okay.
I like that he says that he's like, I don't give a shit, I just want to live.
Like I said, it's none of my business. I don't care.
I believe him.
We're gonna buy whatever story you're selling.
No,
Shut him
never.
up, please.
No, look.
Oh, come on, Amos. I mean, he did what he was asked, but
Enough. Get him below.
no. Why don't you say something you think will help you? So he probably doesn't have that. Man, I can't wait to see this. Also, the episode is called Windmills, and they have got these windmills. Anyway. Is he gonna go to fucking Anderson? Love the launch music. It's back there. Is he drunk? Miller looks a bit drunk.
Detective
I
Shuffle.
love it, man. Oh, Holy shit, he just fucking attacks him. Okay, he's pissed.
Bad virus, you just can't shake.
I love that Amos is just like they're like that. Oh, holy shit.
You all remember Mr. Miller,
Of course.
but now he's just one of us.
I did not realize that he made him one of them.
His drinks are on me.
He probably has infinite money as well, Dawes.
Starting over, my friend.
Oh, he still wants to recruit him. That's so awesome. That's good whiskey as well, I think.
When we first met, you told me that I
Yeah? Yeah.
wanted you,
You think you've won?
Yeah, he pretty much thinks that, though.
but we are getting closer, huh?
I love him, man. That's true, I believe him there. I truly think he does believe that. I do think so.
I was thinking that when you were gone.
Yeah.
You were thinking about me then.
Interesting.
He realizes what mattered to him most.
I think this as well, yeah.
I see everything I need.
But what did you see, though? I want to know that.
Lost everything.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, that's so cool, man. Ah, that's so cool. Man, the Miller actor's killing it, obviously, but... Is he gonna... No! No! Oh, God! Do you know how fucking expensive that probably was? I mean, whiskey's expensive nowadays. How expensive is it in space? No, I don't know. I'm sorry, I like whiskey. Like I know if you've seen other reactions of mine, you know whiskey is only good in very small quantities. Never get drunk on it. Just if you taste it, savor it. And if you don't taste it, that's good, because don't do alcohol, kids. Don't do it. It's the worst drug you can take. Except for other ones. And I just realized I said the word that I'm gonna get demonetized for. But that's fine, don't do them. Don't do those substances. But I mean, jokes aside, man, it's sometimes it's a bit confusing in these reactions, because I don't know which reaction series I did what comments on, but I think this is a very important thing. So if I repeat it, that's fine. It's important. Like, if you take alcohol, that is one of the substances where you are basically, and this is of course a rough take, but I do think it helps you understand some of its properties. It will make your emotions stronger. What does that mean in practice? Like, if you're drunk and you are very happy, you're in a disco, you're partying, everything's well, and everything will be even better. Because if you take that alcoholic drink, you will feel so much of that elation. You will be like, yes, fuck, I'm dancing. And then there's this asshole that bumps into you, and you're like, this little lizard brain part of yours is like, that's an asshole. I think I should end his life. And like, obviously that's a bit exaggerated, but that's like basically the part of your brain that's turning on, and that brain will just avalanche out its electric reactions into your brain. And you will be like in this angry state that just started, but it will, by the alcohol, will be multiplied. You're angry and you're enraged and you start hitting people, be violent. And that's the problem with that kind of substance, with alcohol. It's the only one I do think, and perhaps I don't know the newest studies. So if anyone has other studies that have other substances that act like this, always post them in the comments. I'm very curious about that, because I haven't read the literature in like 3 years. So perhaps I'm an old dude, not caught up with recent ideas and results of empirical data. But it's the only drug that enhances all emotions. So if you're sad, don't drink. You become very sad. And if you're very sad, try to find something very, very happy in your state you're in. that might help you and rescue you from depression and stuff. Like, it's not a psychological depression, not a technical, clinical depression. It's just a depression-like state, if you're not depressed anyway. But yeah, and also if you are depressed anyway, don't drink alcohol. It will just frick you up, like really, really heavily. So, anyway, I just wanted to push that in because I do think that is common knowledge you should have. Like, alcohol enhances the emotional state you're in, and because you are wired to your reptilian part of the brain, which is basically aggression, procreation, procreation, and like defense, and yeah, that's about it. Exploration as well, though. Yeah, that's rare. So those will be enhanced depending on what sensory patterns you get and what you react to. Yeah, so that's that. So don't drink, and because it makes you more angry if anything triggers anger in your heart. So anyway, don't know why I skipped that. So solar system with Mars, Earth, and Venus. I kind of want a longer intro, though. I loved the intro of the first episode. I know some people gave me flack for analyzing it too much, but I just love immersing myself in the worlds. Like, the first 2 episodes I react to mostly are very, very me trying to find some world building and immerse myself. Oh, Tom. Tom, who are you, though? His father? Probably not. And Jared Harris. Jared Harris got the credit he deserves. The additional one.
It's hard enough for one husband to get along.
I think she's sincere, though. That's good.
Good for any relationship.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're manipulating here, but I do think she knows. Ooh, is that... Yeah.
Are they antique?
Wow. So much law here. What is that book? I will analyze that. Cervantes. I don't know that
Jimmy
one.
liked to think of himself as a knight.
So much layers here. Holy shit.
Can we stop with the bullshit?
Yeah, she knows.
About how charming your home is.
Oh. That's funny, man. Really?
Just here to tell me my son is dead.
Because he's not dead. Yeah.
Because you think he had something to do with it.
Ooh. Really? Wow, they know that.
You think he was involved?
Man, there must so many things in my head right now. Holy shit.
And doesn't make me stupid.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah.
This one. My boy was a little angel.
Ooh. Oh my god, stop making the scene so layered. Stop making it... No, don't make it layered. I will be here forever. Don't make it layered. No, I love this show.
James Holden was conceived.
Yes. Huh?
People to claim generational land rights.
Ooh.
Fell in with a radical fringe group in...
Okay.
I can make shit up too.
You are not making shit up, though.
Need to understand your son.
And
You don't understand him, though.
Two governments and whatever the hell the OPA
Yeah.
for the war that your son started.
He didn't start it, though, mate. Oh, God.
Else loses a kid.
Like that appeal. Man, what is this writing? It's awesome.
good will any of this do?
Yeah, what will it do?
Possibly say to you that would make any difference
Good
now?
question as well, and very intelligent woman. Holy shit, like you. Ooh,
Was he trying to piss you off?
interesting.
Why did he leave your little paradise here?
Wow, this scene is so awesome. Yeah, yes, so he's alive.
Why is that?
Interesting. Wow, she's outclassed by this farmer woman. I loved it. Love it. Love it. She's outclassed by a fucking farmer woman. Oh my god. Like her. Oh my god. I might be tripping, but that might have been the most the densest and most awesome scenes of the show. Let's go through it. It's also pretty long. Okay, so let's go through it. I love, so for the first thing, like if we have these two women meet, we would assume, and I know the writers are not stupid enough to think we believe it, that she's the most powerful one, but she's not. This woman, and I love these scenes where they go into something they don't understand fully because they haven't lived this rural life, whatever the fuck she's living. And that was a weird cut. And I like that she's having the upper hand most of the time. It's really interesting. So first of all, the books. So books are not printed anymore. I don't know, that is more of a personal thing, not a very interesting thing perhaps. But I love books. You know, I don't have an e-reader. I don't read a lot. But you know what? I will show you. Whatever. So I mean, if you put away the green screen, there's obviously like some books behind me. So I mean, there's Harry Potter. I just loved it as a child. And I know there's controversy, but don't get into this shit on this channel, please. Like, we have more nuance than those discussions here. And yes, I just love printed books. But yeah, so I love books. I've loved physical books for forever. And I've never warmed up to reading ebooks. I mean, at work, I do have to read many papers, like about psychology, about physics, about both. And I always try to print them out to mark stuff, to write and stuff. I'm just one of these people that just loves real books. And they're not done anymore in 100 years or like 200 to 300 years here in this timeline. That's very sad. But I love that these people that are more like, because farms are often, for the better or the worse, associated with more conservative values. So that means they try to preserve. And I'm very, very roughly describing it. And obviously there's more nuance to this. But, you know, it's like, they try to preserve, and they try to preserve books. And that's why she says, are they antique? Not all of them. Some are just what they like. I assume, I might misinterpret. So that, but she tries to flatten, flatter her. Flatter her, yeah. She doesn't take her shit. And, yeah. And she knows that her son's not dead, of course. And I love that I love this idea of the helicopter mother. I don't know if that's an English term, but it's the literal translation from the German word. And I don't think it fits here, though I do think it fits for a lot of mothers. And as I have a lot to do with teaching students and people, and very young people as well sometimes. And I have to coach the teachers, the upcoming teachers, so to speak, in Germany, at least in my federal state. I mean, I'm one of the two, like I work at one of the two places that does train teachers in my federal state. So it's a lot of teachers I teach. And I like the important thing to understand is that nowadays mothers, they always will see their children as these little angels. And it's the same thing she says here. Like, it's exactly that. Like, she's so on point here with that thing. So if I would talk to a mother and I would have spoken her dialogue to that mother with her, like, he was a little angel, he never did anything wrong, most mothers would just agree. Most mothers do think, from my experience, that their children are perfect, that everything is against them. If they don't do well in class, they are either special, gifted in that, like, they can do things and they're just overlooked, or that the peers are bullying them, or that the teacher's bullying them, or like, it's never on the child. And yes, it is never on the child, because children are still in this phase of forming their personality. They're not molded yet into something concrete. We know that, but that's not the same, you know? Like, children can be real assholes. In fact, I think 2 or 3 year olds, they're the most egoistic people that exist other than psychopaths and sociopaths. Like, psychologically speaking, like, they're very, very egocentric. And if you don't, like, and I don't know, if you're a parent, I hope you know this, perhaps you don't, but the most important thing is for, like, children of 2 or 3 years to actually play with other children and make them content with each other, make them lose for once. Don't give them a trophy every time. Sometimes tell them that you lost here, but you can do better in the future. Because some of the most important things in life, I do think, and I've thought about this a lot, is that the most skilled people socially are people that go into social interactions the most. And of course, for you, this will now sound incredibly trivial, and it is in a way, but it's also very nuanced. So I would have called him friend once. I wouldn't have called him friends in other situations. So there was, when I was in kindergarten, I was like an egotistical prick, really egotistical prick. I thought I could do everything. I had a very high commanding complex, so I thought I could command everyone because I was cleverer and better than anyone else. And I don't know why. It's perhaps because I could manipulate people always since I was very young very well. I still could do it, but I don't do it because I do think it's morally really reprehensible and I don't like it. Like, I really don't like it. I hate manipulating people. I know how to do it. I could do it easily, but I won't. I just think, you know, it's my ethical barrier is pretty high. But when I was a child, I didn't know any of this because these ethical barriers, they sometimes form with age. So it formed for me when I was like 12, 14. And I was like 6 or 5 or 4 in those times. And this person, like, he was a bit like me. Perhaps that's why I befriended him when I was younger. So I befriended him, we played a lot, and then there was the point where we just clashed. Like, I would even say, like, he bullied me sometimes. I bullied him, perhaps sometimes in different ways, but we never got along. I still value him a lot. I don't know where he is now. I think he's got a daughter. I do hope he's well. I really he gave me a lot, both the negative and positive lessons in life. And I don't know, I don't consider him a friend currently, but an acquaintance, I think. Someone who walked the same path as me, but it went differently because he did not understand that he shouldn't fuck with people too much. So he was as like me, so he was pretty clever. He always wanted to be the leader as I wanted to be. But every time we played a game, he was an asshole. And I tried to not be. I was an asshole sometimes, but he was always an asshole. So for example, let me take a really stupid example, and I will gladly expose my being a nerd here. So there was a time when I loved collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Don't know if you know Yu-Gi-Oh. If you don't, like, this won't really matter, but I love that. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I love the show. I love the cards. I love playing with them. I never had the money to get them. I did get, like, I think I spent in my life perhaps $6 on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I didn't have the money. Like, I wasn't a wealthy child. Like, like my parents gave me everything I needed, but not everything I wanted, which was exactly the right decision, I think. But they gave me education more than they should have, but like they bent over backwards to give me education, and I'm eternally grateful for that. But they never pampered me. Like, so I never got any, like, it didn't get, I don't know if you remember that, if you're 90s, get go-go's, like these little things you throw, never get go-go's. I never got Yu-Gi-Oh cards, never got Pokemon cards, I never got Beyblades, and like retrospectively that was correct, I think. But Yu-Gi-Oh cards was something I really loved. I loved the game, and when I was in year 5, no one could talk English, but most Yu-Gi-Oh cards that were around were in English, and because the new booster lines were in English and they were not translated to German anymore. So people, went to me with like these Yu-Gi-Oh cards that were in English, and we were just German-speaking students, and I deciphered them because sometimes people wanted to play. Mostly they wanted to collect. They wanted these little images that were like holographic or whatever, like these little effects they had, and like they wanted that, but they wanted me to translate them because I was the only one who could do English a bit, and I did that. And sometimes they gave me cards as a thank you for like very stupid cards, like very worthless cards, but they still gave them to me, and they felt like that was something important and special because they were like, yeah, thank you for translating that and making person win a duel or something. And like I was very young and I didn't understand it, but this other person, like we were basically the same until that point, but when these cards came out, he was like an asshole all the time. Like he traded cards, so we on the school year we traded these cards. So he was like, I will give you this for this. And he always fucked them over with that. Like he always was an asshole with it. And that's where it started. He started to be a person that people were like, he's going to betray me. He's not being fair. Like if we have a duel, that's what it's called, he will not be fair. He might even mistranslate stuff. He might even interpret things incorrectly so he would win. Or if we played these go-gos, like these little stupid asshole figures, you throw them, and the one that's closest to the wall after the throw wins the game, and you get both the things that were thrown. So you get more stuff the moment they are closer to the wall, so you could actually get more of these little things. And he always be like, every time he lost, he was like, no, that wasn't a real loss. Actually, like, this was why it didn't work, so we have to repeat. So you repeat it until he won. And I know this is a big, long tangent, but I do think it's so crucial to understand. People fucking hated him because he always was unfair. Like, I lost. In Yu-Gi-Oh! I lost. In Go-Go's I lost. I'm not a good thrower. Like, I wasn't when I was a child. Now I'm a good thrower. I'm okay at sports. Like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm not this nerd that can't do sports anymore nowadays. Like, I'm pretty good at some sports. But back then, I was like the typical nerd, but I always played fair. And people played games with me. And every time I lost, I laughed at it, and they laughed at it, the people I played with, and it was fine. And then we played again. But this asshole, and he was an asshole by the time, he just fucked over everyone. And if you played with him one time, Go-Go's or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon cards, whatever the fuck you played with him, he fucked you over. And he fucked you over real good, so he gained a lot from fucking you over this one time, and then you never played with him again. And when we, and I know this is a long story, but I think it's incredibly important to understand if you're raising children. So that was when I was like 5 or 6 or 7 years old, and then it went on like that, and then we got to the secondary school. It was year 6. And people started fucking hating that dude. And not me. Like, I was like, yeah, he's an asshole, I don't like him. But I like, and even though he was a friend when I was younger, but he was like so unfair. And everyone started to really hate him. And then he got the one, he became the one being bullied. He was the one that cried to the teacher about being bullied because everyone hated him for some reason, no one knew why. And I actually went to, like, the teacher asked me and a friend because we were known to be pretty fair to people. And he was like, and we were the class president, I think it's called. Like, me and the other dude were both class presidents. And the teacher actually came to me, to a 11-year-old child. He was like, what's up there? Why is he being bullied? And then I was like, that was a very ethical question for me at that time, because I was like, I could tell the teacher, he's a horrible person, we hate him. And that would do nothing. We had to explain to the teacher somehow why he was an asshole. why people hated him, because otherwise the teacher couldn't do anything. I mean, I've trained teachers now. I know they would have been fucked. So I think I did the right thing there. I went to the teacher and was like, you know what? He's playing unfair a lot. And he actually, that was the worst thing. He went to a classmate whose father died of, I think he fell down. He got some. He was an engineer, and somehow he died during his work. Like, I think he was hit by a steel bar or something. Very, very big tragedy, little village. He went to the child, this asshole. He was like, "Your father's an asshole. He died, and he deserved it." And he laughed at him. And I was like, "Why did you do that?" I'd never understood that, but that's what I told the teacher, and he was like, "Okay, I can't do anything. Like, what am I supposed to do? Parents failed him." And I know this is a long tangent. If you didn't like it, I hope you skipped it. But that's basically a real world example why you should always fucking play fair. And you shouldn't pamper your child. You shouldn't always be like, you're right, child, you're right, you did the right thing. All the other people are evil, the teachers are evil, everything is against you, but you're the holy little child that I somehow try to nurture, and the world's against me. But no. Children principle, and I can say this now from an expert perspective, as far as I'm an expert in psychology and neurology, people are egoists when they are 2 or 3, and if they don't develop an idea of playing fair and playing with other people, which is the process of socializing, crystallize into one action, the game, which is so mind-blowing, one of the best findings in psychology, but be so careful. Don't fucking caution your children. Don't pamper your children. Be real with them. You can trust them more than you think, and you can sometimes be like, you did this wrong, but you can learn. Next time, try to figure it out. How do you conduct yourself? And the most important lesson you can teach your children, and I'm trying to teach it to my children, and they are 2, but they're twins, so they do have a bit of an advantage because they're always together, so they always interact with each other. But I teach them, try to play with other people as much as you can, and figure out what you need to do to play with other people more than once. Because otherwise you will be shunned. Because yes, you might win once. You might win that fucking game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards once. You might win that Go-Go games, the Beyblade game. You might win the Magic the Gathering game. Whatever the fuck you're winning, you might win it once. But you will never win again because no one will give a shit about you. Because you were an asshole and you were unfair. And that's how life works. That's how adult life works as well on a meta level, by the way. And I don't know why I'm talking so much about it. I do think it's some of the things I do find very important from the psychological perspective. And I don't know how many people realize that. And there is an aspect of kindness to it, but there's also an aspect of self-depreciation, is the way you pronounce it. And I realized that a lot. Like, I love these community games. Like, I love having people over to play a board game or a card game. And every time I win, I play it off as being like, I'm so lucky, this is so fun, even if I have strategies and I fuck them over. Like, don't get me wrong, I can fuck people over in games. Like, I can win if I want, most of the time. And I could win all the time, but I'm also like, I'm making a joke of it. And I sometimes lose on purpose. Because we know that if you don't lose more than 30%, if you don't lose less than 30% games on average, people will not play with you again. And that's basically social ruin. And that's not something I'm making up here. That's very, 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 very well documented empirically. So try to sometimes lose a game. If you are the best at the game there ever was, or if you know you're better than your friends, still, like 1 in 5 matches at least lose them on purpose. I didn't give a shit. Lose them. Because otherwise, why would you play? Why would you play if you never win? You have to have this chance of winning as a player that is in front of you. And if you lose, be funny about it. Just laugh at yourself. People will laugh at you for that. And even if they think, well, that's a sucker, I can play with him again to make him be the sucker again because I will feel more powerful. Yeah, let them do that. yeah, it's like fine. Even if you could beat them, sometimes do that. But you will play with them again, and they will start to like you. They want to play more with you. Same with social interactions. Like if you call someone, if you hire someone, if you are like, sometimes you give away some territory, so to speak, very meta level. That's very good. And if you're a mother or a father that cautions a child, like she accuses this woman of doing, and perhaps she did, like, be so careful. Because you might think you're doing your child a favor in the present, and you will. Like, your child will be, like, winning in the present so much. Will always be on top. Will always be better than the teachers, better than his peers. At least in the mirage he constructed, but then reality will hit. Because time progresses, and your child will start to lose because no one gives a shit about the child anymore. And I do hope I conveyed that a bit here. I know it was a long tangent, and I know it was a lot of very fluffy anecdotal stuff, but that is one of the things I hoped to teach people on this channel, and I sometimes do that. I try to do that. So I hope you understood what I meant. And that's why I love that scene, because she calls this mother out preemptively, because most mothers nowadays are like that. But you shouldn't be. Always stand behind your child, always talk to your child, but always consider that it might be wrong as well, because they mostly are, because they're children. The children, your task is to teach them where they're wrong and how to do better, and how to be players in the game and not to always win so no one plays anymore. And I have to go to the loo now, so there will be a little cut. So yeah, so long story short, the advice I wanted to give you here after like 10 minutes of talking, probably redundant shit, is like, it's better to have your child fail and then talk to it so it can try again and perhaps succeed a lot of times than to make your child win because you wanted to win and never have it play the game again and no one ever playing with the child again. So anyway. So they just wanted land rights apparently, but they still rose, like they made a child, so they grew the child, like, what is the term? Why am I stupid? Like they raised the child into a very responsible, empathic adult, and I know some of this stuff is genetically coded, some of the empathy you have, so don't feel bad if you don't have it, but try to work at it. But yeah, so they wanted land rights, but they realized that's something precious because she is a real mother in that she wants to protect her child. Something that's bad, but I do think that's a very, very good starting point for a mother. Yeah, why are you here? Yeah. And I love that she's a mother that still believes in her child. So she thinks, it's interesting that in the future, she thinks that every mother is a helicopter mother. So a mother that will always go for a child and never listen to anything else. But the mother she talks to is not like that. So that's really awesome.
Hey there, incoming. This here's the gas freighter ride.
Okay.
Flight plan and lading. Please transmit them now.
Interesting. I love how awesomely. Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Watch The Expanse. Today we're at episode 7 already of season 1. I think it's called Against Windmills, which is, of course, a Don Quixote quote. And no, it's fucking doing that. Okay, so I don't know if there was a weird cut. My internet is bugging out. So they're not getting fucked by them. Great. So are they boarding? What's gonna happen?
Worried about what's gonna happen when they board you?
Yeah, I would be. Yeah, they will board you.
Since you won't be around, see it.
Oh, holy shit. He will just be ejected into the airlock. I think that's pretty good way of disposing of bodies.
It'll make me feel better.
I think it's pretty clear you're mad at more than just me.
Yeah, what's he mad about? I mean, Amos is my favorite character currently.
I know a few tricks might help get us out of this jam.
That's a good point. You might actually know some stuff that might get them out.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Amos? Wow. Interesting.
You're loose.
I'm very sorry about the buffering. So while the Sparkforce, let's actually talk about Amos a bit. Some people have said, and I disagree heavily with this, that he's a psychopath. I do not think that Amos is a psychopath. And someone did say, and I get that perspective, like, thank you for the comment a lot. I do really get that perspective, that he's a fictional psychopath, so they don't know what to do with him. But the way the actor plays it, and the way I feel currently that it's written is that he's not a psychopath, he's just socially really reclused and traumatized. And the trauma was internalized a fuck ton, so he has built this shell that looks like psychopathy or sociopathy, where he's like, I don't care for anything other than my inner values. But a psychopath mostly doesn't care for the social dimension. They just care for themselves. And I am really, really paraphrasing this, making it a lot rougher than it is. So if you want a more detailed account on that, you have to read up on more literature and stuff. I just want to give you a bit of a gist. But I don't think Amos is a psychopath. I do currently think, and perhaps he is, and I just misunderstand. Like, there's always a possibility. Because I'm a scientist, I know that the most important thing as a scientist to understand is that you might be wrong. Other than that, there's nothing else really. Yet you have to understand as a scientist, you might be wrong. Otherwise, you do not. Just stop being a scientist if you think you're right. And I do think that he's having severe psychological trauma that make him go into this like shell-like structure where he's only responsive to Naomi currently. I don't know why. There's something about her that makes him feel at home, hurt, a real person that makes him feel like he can get out of his shell. And I know this trope is around for several characters and several shows and stuff, but here it's done very, very well. The actress just nailing it. Like, did that actor, like, holy fuck, did he get an Emmy? Please tell me. I hope he didn't get an Emmy for this role. Anyway, like, he is really doing a fine job because there are glimpses where he does care. And if there are glimpses where he does care about other people, like the scene in the bar alone does prove basically that he's not a psychopath. He's just shelled. Like, he's a shelled person in a shell. Because a psychopath doesn't care for people in any way, and he cared for that one. Was it a hooker? Anyway, yeah.
This guy's up.
And again, here he cares. He tells him. Why would he tell him otherwise? Yeah.
Nothing to do with me. We're just caught up in the churn is all.
Interesting.
This boss that I used to work for in Baltimore.
Yes. Yes, what is it? You said it before.
Game.
The only game.
Game of Life? Ooh.
The jungle tears itself down and builds itself into something.
Ooh. Oh, what?
Or we happen to live through it.
Wow. Wow.
Is the game. I can help us.
What an intelligent character. Interesting.
Charge that I have valuable information.
What did you just press?
I've had to pee for like 2 hours now.
Just pee in the cockpit. Don't give a shit. Interesting. Man, Amos is such an awesome. Oh, he does have the camera. Do we have that all established? I somehow think we have established camera contact lenses for probably for Fred. Yeah. What's he doing? Is he gonna kill himself? No, he's just gonna go for the... They have crystals here, like in Stargate? I will go through that later. Okay. Why are these scenes so heavy? Why is the writing so good? Why is the writing so good? Why is it so layered? Perhaps... I'm not gonna say that. Perhaps I watch too much anime where only, like, the writing is always good as well there, but the writing has different, it's more rough stroked, and here it's very personal. Like, the action is very, very, very well done.
Well, tears itself down.
I love this. So first of all, this makes a lot of sense as well, as I said, with this shelled idea of Amos. So Amos is a shelled person. What does that mean? Literally, it does mean that he does not want to connect to people. He's more of a person that's looking inwards than outwards. There might be psychological anchors that trigger him into doing stuff. Like, for example, Holden was a psychological anchor here. And I don't think in my comments it's not talked a lot about. Weirdly, like the comments always said, like he's fixated on Naomi, blah blah blah. But he was fixated on Holden for a while in the last episode, and he had hopes for him, and the actor pulled that off very well. That like convincing me that Amos had hopes for Holden that were betrayed a bit. But he is a person that's very egocentrical, and if you've grown up in an environment where you have to, in the end, rely on yourself, where you might have seen people prosper through communal actions, but in the end, they always were perhaps stabbed in the back, perhaps it wasn't enough, but perhaps you learned that if you just looked out for yourself first, you would survive. For example, if you're in a brothel, like I do think he grew up in, he knows that yes, there might be someone that is ended because of something they did, but he wasn't. And perhaps he was in that place where others were treated well as well, from his perspective. So he was like, yeah, if your boss is a nice person, you might survive. But other than that, you're on your own. And he's talking here about evolutionary change, and the idea presented here is a lot deeper than what he says, but he's conveying a very deep idea, and that's the idea of too sudden change. So normally evolution works like this, and even this is a dumbed down version of it, and like not, I don't want to insult, but it's like dumbed down in that it's less complex than it actually is. But evolution basically works like this. So imagine there's a fly. And these flies exist. And the fly lays 1,000 eggs. There are flies that exist like that. So that's a good example, I think. So let's say flies are accustomed to temperatures of 20 degrees. And you take a fly and you put it in the Arctic. This minus 50 degrees. So the fly will do as it always does. It will fuck another fly. I don't know. I don't know why I said it like that. Perhaps I want clicks. Click on the video and share it and like and whatever. I don't know. Anyway, the fly fucks another fly. So there will be another 1,000 fly eggs that the fly produced. But they're in very cold temperatures. So the fly will just produce genetic variabilities in all of those 1,000 flies. And they're very small. But some of them are regarding temperature resistance. And it's just random processes first. So it's not a determined process. It's not like the fly was like, hey, it's pretty cold, I should create more offspring that's cold resistant. No, it doesn't work like that. It just produces offspring. Some of that is genetically mutated by chance, and they are more resistant to cold. They survive. So when the environment changes very quickly, it's random chance who survives, evolutionary speaking. Perhaps you were more prone to cold temperatures if you're the fly, so you survive. Perhaps you weren't, you die. Like, and that's the metaphor of the jungle here. So let's assume there's a panther and he hunts every day, eats the little monkeys that are up in the fucking trees, just like gets them down. And then suddenly there's an earthquake and the territory shifts and the trees are suddenly up there. The panther doesn't reach it. But perhaps another panther reaches it that can jump better. And jumping was never a thing that was of importance for a panther or a leopard or whatever the fuck is hunting the flies. The monkeys. I'm sorry, it's late. So the monkeys. But the thing suddenly becomes important. So surviving in the jungle that tears itself down and rebuilds itself is basically chance. It's chance. But if you focus on your own survival as a person of cognition, of cognitive processes, of a mind, as we would say, and I don't agree with that fully, but like as a mind, with a mind that's conscious, like you can try to predict and adapt to these scenarios a lot better, because you can think and you can let versions of yourself that are maladapted die and not yourself. That's what the big thing about cognition is. We can imagine ourselves dying because we don't meet the standards of the environment, but sometimes that's enough. Sometimes we can change our behavior. But that's why I love this jungle analogy. So that basically says that Amos is secluded, and he drew himself back into the more primal state where he knows survival is the most important thing, but he also knows that adapting is the most important thing. So you will do random shit sometimes, I assume, to adapt. And here he feels that Naomi knows. Perhaps there's more. I know there's more. I don't know it yet what the more is, but, you know, and I know there's more. But he saw Holden. He saw that Holden was about to survive in the situation they were in. Like, Canterbury blew up. Holden somehow survived. They went to the Martian ship. Holden somehow survived. So there, I guess there was a little trust he had in Holden. Not because he liked Holden, but because Holden was a person who had the mechanism of survival figured out more than he has. And I really love that. So Amos is in a very primal mode. He's not a psychopath. Very important. Like, Amos is in no way a psychopath. He has shown no real traits of a psychopath other than egocentrism. But the egocentrism that he shows is a lot more grounded in the character building that they have already done than in just a character trait. You know what I mean? So, love it. I love that.
Guys like you and me, we end up dead.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not intelligent enough to think of scenarios where I die. I'm not intelligent enough to anticipate something that kills me. So I look up to Naomi, the clever one, the one that has an engineering degree, that shouldn't be in the position that she's in, because she's so capable, because she failed upwards. But she's someone he can hold on to, because she's the one, because he knows he will not have enough ideas to survive, but Naomi does. And I might be wrong. There might be more information about Naomi, but that's currently what I think. And I know this. Again, it's been a long tangent. And I love that he instantly understands. He's intelligent. He tries to play to this. He tries to play to his Amos's understanding of survival. And he fails, but yeah, it's interesting, man. I still wonder who he's talking to. So, does he go to his colleague, or does he break into Juliet's apartment again? Wow, he's so fucking drunk. Is he drunk? I know he didn't drink. Yeah, did he drink? No, he didn't drink at Andrew's bar. Man, Miller, you're down the social chain. You basically prey. He's going back to his primal roots as well here. Very nice parallel to the guy they have got as a prisoner. Holy shit, man, this show is so brilliant. Wow, man, the actor, holy fuck. The little micro expressions he does is very nice. Holy shit, man. How did they get this cast? How did they get this fucking cast? It's so good. Wow. Yeah, calm yourself. Don't give in to your primal urges. Think. There's a bird. Canary. Symbol for survival as well. In the mind, the canary told you when to survive. I know it's not a canary, it's another bird, but yeah. Who's calling?
Miller.
Oh, what?
So listen, that ship you're looking for,
Interesting.
a short-range shuttle from that ship did.
Really?
Here on Eros, racking up dock fees.
Really? Holy shit, what?
Watch your shoot. Your things are funny these days on series.
Interesting. Who the fuck's that? I don't remember. I should remember probably, but so the ship is docked. So Juliet might be on Ceres. What? He takes it, yeah. Oh,
Now leave. And if you come back,
interesting.
Intelligence that says your son survived the dunnage.
Wow, she tells her. Very good psychological warfare.
Did Jimmy leave?
Yeah, why did Jimmy leave?
to take me to some windowless room so
Yeah. Like the one Belter.
you here.
I have the facts about your son.
But really good again.
In him, but I carried him in my belly for 9 months.
Yeah, I assumed that. Yeah.
You put all your hopes on your son.
Wow.
Shared mine to join the Marines.
And he
where I would
died. Holy shit, man.
career of public service, like mine and my father's.
Yeah. Tradition. Yeah.
Was in Callisto during the insurrection.
Wow. Holy shit, man.
For someone to come around and tell me that it was
Wow.
that my son is still alive.
But he's not.
I'll be waiting on my deathbed for that news.
Wow.
Idea of what I'm playing with.
Wow, man.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's not something.
Man, this is so awesome. Parents are living their children is one of the saddest things ever. I really wonder with her, and I know it's just like I don't say her name because I can't pronounce it, and I hope you understand that. I will try off screen to learn it. We know her. Don't we know that her son died? I somehow know that her son died. Was it brought up in episode 2? I don't remember. Must have been. Yeah, must have been. Anyway, that's a connection. Also, I love that there was some genetical shenanigans with the birth of Holden. But it's so interesting that because she birthed him, the physical labor she had and all that stuff made him, in a sense, her son. That is really beautiful in a way. And I know I'm biased in these things. Really, really, really biased in these things. So I do think, I don't know if you know from other reactions, but I want to be transparent because my positions are pretty radical on some things in these areas. And I want you to understand where I'm coming from and why. And I am biased. So I am adopted. So I don't know my birth biological parents, and I never cared. I know some other people that are like me do really care. They want to find their roots, but I never wanted to. Don't know why. I don't know why. You know, the thing is, I do think I always wanted to prove myself because of it. I wanted to belong in this world, even though I shouldn't. You know, it's because, and this again is very biased. So if you have other opinions, that's fine. And you know from my ideas, the way I handle things, hopefully that every opinion on this channel is okay. You can always write them. Even if you say I'm a fucking asshole, I never delete comments. Because I do think that's something that will make us grow in the end. Other opinions, the ones you don't want to hear. Because hearing opinions you want to hear is easy. It makes you feel good. But hearing the opinions you don't want to hear, that you hate, that's what makes you grow. And I don't know, I always think I have to prove myself. Because I shouldn't be in this world. Because I know have I talked about this? I don't know. I have probably not talked about this in detail, but I know several things about how I was created, how I was brought into this world. And I know that in normal circumstances, I would have been a piece of cells dead in a bin. Like if my mother had been like other people have been before, and I'm not saying that everyone is like this, obviously, but it happens a lot that I'm basically a bastard child. So basically my mother met some dude from America. He was stationed here in military duties. She fucked with him once. She had me. Normally I would have just been a lump of cells in a bin. And I know that. And I grapple with that a lot because in the end I shouldn't be here probably. Because people like me are not here. They are dead. They never were. So I do have strong opinions on several things, and I understand if you have others, because other experiences create other opinions on these matters, but I do feel that is a very great gift to be here, even though I shouldn't. And that has determined my path in life in many, many stations of life. I don't know if that's the right word, even though I know it shouldn't, because who cares? We're here. Like I could also say, I'm here, who cares? I'm alive. I was lucky, I had some good education, I had parents, and the people who raised me are my parents. I always consider them my parents. And I'm thankful for the person who carried me, who birthed me, who gave me away, because she knew that otherwise I would have had a horrid life, because I know what life would have been. And she didn't throw me in the bin. And she made me a person that could get something more than nothing. And I'm always grateful. But in the end, I consider the people that raised me my real parents. But I still do think the mother that carries her child to birth, even if she lets it go, is a hero. I do think those people are heroes. Because all the hardships that are coming with pregnancy are so unbelievably big. And I know that from my wife, because we did have twins. Like, I have two little daughters. They're both 2 years old. And I'm sorry, if I hadn't been, they wouldn't be, you know. I would hate that. Because they're wonderful. Yeah, but, you know, the hardships of pregnancy, I can't fathom it as a man, of course, but I've seen it in people, and I know how hard it is to carry children. I know how hard it is to lose them as well from friends. And being a mother is one of the most beautiful things. And I do think it's heroic. So I do think I really love that they. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. You know, I really love that they portray the mother that gave birth as this person here, and she cares for her son, because she gave him the opportunity to choose life and the things in life, and perhaps Holden chose weirdly in military. Perhaps he deserted. Perhaps he didn't what she hoped for him, but he still could choose, because she chose to carry him. Perhaps other people could have carried him here, yeah. I don't know. And I know that it's so cool that she knows what the idea of bearing a child is, the responsibility, and you just hope for the best, and you hope they are the heroes of the world, and they will change the world for the better, because that's what children are, the hope. Because without children, we don't have a future. And I love that she realizes that through the death of her child, which she so callously gave to military. And I'm not saying military is bad. I do think the opposite. But the risk of sending your child into military is death. Or, you know, like I do think military is in a way always heroism. I do think being in the military is heroism of the purest order. Because even if you are in the military for personal gratification, because you want to be the hero, the person that people look up to, because you want power or something you have that other people don't, like education and fight or something, but you still fight for something you believe in. And even if you believe in something that other people consider wrong, and I do think that's a question of perspective. It's a question where relativism is tough son of a bitch. But if you die for something you believe in, at least you die for something, don't you? And other people might judge you for it. Because in the end, the countries we live in are amalgamations of our culture, of our ideals, of our morals. And dying for your country in the end is as hard as it is. And I know I'm not in the position to talk about this. So take all my comments, of course, as is with these things, as just some asshole who just sits in a chair, a comfy chair, talks about stuff he doesn't probably know anything about, but I do imagine they might be so terribly wrong, but I do think dying for your country is dying for the things you believe in, that your fathers believed in, and your mothers that made you. And you might be wrong. That's the problem, though, and you might be wrong, because otherwise you're ideologically possessed, but that's what drives you forward. And she gave her son to that idea. She gave her son to the military because she thought the military would protect the values she held. Perhaps she was wrong. Perhaps the highest value she had was her son. The future. And her future died because she thought she was giving him to the people. I wouldn't give my daughters to the people. I wouldn't. Perhaps I'm a bad man for that. I wouldn't give my daughters to the people. I wouldn't let my daughters die in war, if I could. Perhaps they need, like, in the end, they need to make their own choice. They're 2 years old. They can't make that choice, of course, but when they're 18 or 16, they will make that choice about war, about fighting for their country. Who knows what Germany will be then, because Germany currently is fucked. It's fucked by fucking corrupt politicians. It's fucked by leftist idiots. It's fucked by right-wing idiots. It's fucked by everyone, right and center and left, and I don't know where we are. I don't even know who we are. Either you're bought by fucking idiots, or you are fighting for fucking ideological idiots. I don't know, man. I just hope they're all right in the future. But I wouldn't want my daughters to die for politics. I wouldn't want my daughters to die for ideologies. And she realized it too late. Even though she had all the power. Like, she's probably one of the highest people in the UN right now. And she might have even protected them. If she was in that position, other people protect the children, even if that's perhaps unfair to others. I mean, I can only say, and I might be wrong on this, so if this is a chair opinion, ill-informed opinion, just take it as it is, and you know the truth then. But like Hunter Biden doing fucking substances in a fucking weird place somewhere, just getting money. Fuck you, man, if you really did that. If you didn't, fine. Fine. But, you know, that's something where I'm like, let your children do that. Don't let your children do that. Don't broker deals for your children that they can't shoulder. Don't throw your children into stuff they can't understand yet. War, drugs, I'm demonetized for this video anyway, so fuck it. Drugs, ideologies, belief systems. Might you be Christian or Islam or Judaism or Buddhism? If you die for that, is it worth? I don't know, perhaps it is. Some people die for that. Many people die for that. Who am I to say that? But the mother mourning her child because it died too early, because of the mother's choices and urges, because of the responsibility that failed the child in the end. Holy shit, man. Yeah. And again, I have the facts about your son, but I don't understand them. That's what everyone is, isn't it? Facts. That's what you learn in school if you're stupid. And I don't mean that you choose to be stupid, but if they make you stupid. If they make you stupid in school, they will teach you facts. They will teach you what year, what president was alive, and they will teach you what person was the one surviving the war of X. They will tell you which faction beat which faction at which battlefield, but they will leave out the humanity. They will leave out the understanding of the situation, because reality is a lot more complex than the history books. I do think many historians try their best, though. One of my best friends is a soon-to-be professor in historical studies, and she has such an interesting, intricate understanding of the complexities of one conflict in 1 year of humanity and one location. She studied half her life about that. And that's what it takes. And she probably only scratched the surface. Please don't tell her. She will hate me for that. But she's very good, and she deserves all the research grants in the world and all that stuff. But still, things are so complex. History is so complex, and if you think you're on the right side of it, perhaps in 1,000 years, people say you are an idiot. So what are you sacrificing your children for? For your values in the end. And only time will tell if your values were correct. And again, my pragmatic, very Gibson-oriented stance on this will come through, and take it with a grain of salt as always. And you can criticize me as always. The only thing I know is psychology of education and quantum physics and wormholes and entanglement. That's what I know, where I'm like, I know the stuff. You should probably listen to me. But the other stuff, it's just a pop opinion. But man, be careful. Be careful there. And I love that she calls her out for that. Think you're full of shit. Yeah, you're full of shit. You've sacrificed your own child. And you gambled, and your gamble didn't pay off. But sometimes you have to gamble. Yeah. I love, though, that I don't know her name, understands that she made a mistake, and I think she's true here. Mother to mother, man. Anyway. And one quick interlude. I love that they have crystal technology. So there was a time, and I think that might have been the time, where sci-fi authors often used crystalline structures to relay information processing. And I think it was on Stargate a lot as well. And Stargate is one of the best sci-fi shows I ever knew. And I will watch the new season if it comes out one day. So prepare for that. I'm probably one of the biggest Stargate fans ever. Really. Like, I loved it. I soaked it up so much. I know most of the stuff. I watched every episode 3 or 4 times. I just loved that show to death. And yeah, it will come. But they had the lithium crystals. I don't know which crystals they have here, but crystals are basically structures in physics, very roughly speaking, that conduct electricity better in some directions. So you could probably make computers that work better. Though nowadays, I would say quantum computers are the best bet on these things if they are scaled up. Nowadays, I do think we have 100 qubits, which is nothing. And you can even buy 4-qubit quantum computers for like $40,000, which is stupid. Don't do that. But like that's what they do. And we are probably going to have a surge of quantum computing in 10 years. Nowadays, it's mellowing down. I've worked a lot in the field. People just develop. It's very, very ground-based research in quantum computing. And it's one of my main areas of research. So I do know that. So you can believe me on those things. And people just build them. They hope they will do something brilliant. Some people say they will be against decryption methods that are around nowadays. They're not. Some people say they are calculating faster than classical computers, which is also not strictly true. There are nuances to that, and it's mostly false. So they just solve other problems. They would be good complements to classical computing, and that's what they probably are going to be. And yeah, I have to feed my children again. So, one moment. So, let's see. What are you going to do?
All right, knuckle dragger, come to daddy.
You get the hell.
Oh god, is he going to open the door and fuck him over? Interesting.
Nutty talk before, though. It's just like warfare, right?
Yeah.
Still gotta pee if anyone's interested.
Interesting. So he sent a message, but Amos let him go.
It's really necessary.
You have something useful to say.
You're flying around in a Martian frigate.
Yeah.
All this.
That wasn't useful. That's bloody obvious.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm pretending to be the wrong
Really?
thing.
He's helping them? Really? That's so cool. Oh,
Special set of codes that tell other Martian shit.
really? Interesting. That's so cool, man. I love the spy dude.
I don't want to mess with the Mickeys any more than you guys do.
Yeah. The Grudge, one of the best horror movies ever made. Yes?
We ran across this unflagged tanker acting
Yeah.
kind of...
Really?
Captain hailed them.
Yeah.
Just jabbered on and on. Ended
Yes? Yes.
donkey balls.
Oh, a
And?
code word. They just disengaged. Yeah. Really? That's so cool. That's so cool, man. I love it.
Give that skiff the proper set of codes.
Yes.
And they have
Ah, that's so awesome, man.
to weed out the cowboys.
That's so cool, man. They just need a signal.
Need
Yeah.
an operations locker somewhere on this deck, somewhere right here.
Ooh, they do know that. Oh, that's so good, because they have got a real Martian frigate.
Show me where the operations locker is.
So it's so mad. But it's so awesome. Love it, man. Ah, man, the Rosinante is such an awesome ship. I hope she's gonna be around for a long time, man. Interesting. Very, very medieval. Like normally you search a tavern of some fucked up stuff for stuff like this. Interesting, yeah. Lopez. And the key works on this. I mean, it's their little frigate ship, whatever the fuck it is. Oh, 24 digits. Yeah, she's like, oh, fuck it. Donkey ball. Man, this show is so well written. Holy shit, man. So, let me actually see what was in the drawer. Man, I'm so done. So, we do have casino chips or whatever it's called. We do have a weird thermal cylinder. She's taking some casino chips because that's, some people said that that's basically currency, so it's not dumb. Okay, so what does he have here? A Swiss Army knife? Charles to Swiss Army Man, the movie. I've seen that, so I won't react to it. But I do think I will react to other movies down the line. If you want some reactor to tell me, I do have All Quiet on the Western Front and Schindler's List lined up, but tell me more. So there's a light bulb. There is a little, don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, this is the ocular of a microscope. He's just raiding that place because he's like, yeah, I mean, that's a suspect that died, so I could take it. Juliet, yeah, thanks. You owe me one. Love Miller broken. Will he lose the head though? That's his sign. Wow. So he leaves behind his old personality here. It's a little drone, they predicted. What's he gonna do though? Avi. I mean, Avi, what does Avi mean? Isn't Avi bird as well? Like the canary? Oh wow, he just gives away his communicator. Yeah.
Not for sale.
Oh wow, she's there. Let's see if she's on his side or not.
The creepy
Interesting.
message.
Interesting. Let's see if she's the real deal.
Apartment. Thought I might
Okay.
find your brains splattered on the.
Oh, she. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, no shit.
Wow. Where do I know her from? The actress. She's really good. Eros, the love.
I'm gonna see the sights.
What sights?
Interesting. Yeah. Eros is one of the names for love. Many loves in Greek language, though. Eros is the passionate one. She want to accompany him, yeah. But he doesn't want that. Yeah, he doesn't want her to be involved. That's so cool, man.
Can't come with me.
Yeah. He wants to protect her. He wanted to protect everyone he knows. That necklace, what does it mean, though? She saw that, though. What's she gonna do with that?
My specialty.
Yeah.
Miller.
Oh. Man. Kind of ship them so hard, though, even though they're exes. Sometimes you have to just grow up. Sometimes you're on the wrong place in your timeline to make up. You know? I've had that once. There was a girl I knew, and I've never told anyone, but... I mean... Why not tell it now, anonymously, where no one knows the truth? We were just different times in our lives. I was a lot less grown up than she was. She was pretty grown up and I wasn't, and we met. And she told me I wasn't grown up enough for her in the end. Not directly, but through her actions and veiled in her comments and her calls and her conversations with me. She basically told me that in the end, and I understood. I understood that I wasn't grown up enough for her, and I did break it off through non-communication, even though she brought it off. She broke it off earlier a bit, but I was like, yeah, I understand why you broke it off. I'm too young for you, too inexperienced. I haven't seen enough of life for you. I haven't lived it enough to understand the nuances, which I think is perhaps for not all people something important to understand, but for me it was very important, you know. And I understood I was too young, too inexperienced, too naive. It wouldn't have worked and it wouldn't have worked. But, sometimes, even though you might even be the same soul, and I'm being a bit poetically here, you're in the wrong phase in your life. And if you're in the wrong phase, it's the same death sentence to your relationship romantically than if you're just incompatible. I do think that. And that's tragic. Because if things had been different, you might have enveloped, or eloped, whatever to say.
He was going to take over for us.
Why did Holden not take over for them, though?
Up thinking he was alive because the land needed it.
So indoctrination and propaganda, brilliant.
That's a terrible thing to tell a child.
Yeah, I was about to say that, probably on the shirts.
Because it was what we all wanted.
Yes?
All the briefs Tom wrote.
Who's Tom?
We went to the
Yes?
government sent to harass us.
What the fuck, man? Oh, that's so funny, man. I love that they talk personally now.
Told him to get as far away from this place as he could.
Wow.
Then I would. Because I couldn't stand to watch what we were doing.
Wow. Holy shit. Holy shit, man.
From him. Every month.
Wow, she still thinks of her.
From some ship or other.
Wow.
Deep out in the system.
Because he's grateful, because she believed. Man.
Jimmy still hasn't found his place, but it...
Yeah. Yes. Love the cut to Holden here. Love the cut to Holden here, because she did the right thing. She didn't transmit the ideology into his brain, but the truth in the end. Love that, man. There was some thought I had about the scene. Let me watch it again.
To get as far away from this place as he could.
So I will preface this with, I know that's not what the writers intended. I do know. It's just built into my system, and I'm very sorry if it isn't built into yours, which is incredibly likely. But it's my favorite philosophical or metaphorical analogy of all times, Chesterton's fence. And every time I see a fence mentioned, and I know this is not planned, I know. Don't shout at me. I know it's not planned. But the idea of a fence being meant is always in my mind ringing the idea of Chesterton's fences being meant. And normally that's always good. Like this is the first time I've thought about it differently, so I love the show for that already, to make me reconsider my notions. But for all of you who don't know the story of Chesterton's fence, it's one of the most important stories in philosophy, I think, that there is. Especially in nowadays times where there is a lot of controversy about traditions and conservative values. And don't get me wrong, I've thought about this a lot, but I'm more liberal, more creative, more, I would say, welcoming to other ideas and stuff, perhaps because I'm a scientist, perhaps because that's my nature. But I've always understood the value and the incredible significance of the simile or parable or whatever you say, I don't know the word, of Chesterton's fence. And it's basically this story, and you have to look it up to make sure I'm correct, of course, as always, to check the sources. I mean, I'm a scientist, I always implore you to check the sources. But so the story goes like this. There's a little shepherd, and he shepherds a herd of sheep, or whatever cattle you want, even though sheep are not cattle, but you know what I mean, like something he wants to protect, some species. And he always walks southwards at the end of the day, and always he walks with his sheep to this fence. And the fence is there, and he's like, there's green pasture past this fence. Why would I not tear it down and bring my sheep to that pasture? so they can grow more plentiful, beautiful, more resistant, more invigorated than ever before. So one day he goes to that fence, he tears it down, he takes the sheep over. Nothing happens. The sheep just goes stronger. Exactly what he thought would happen happens. Sheep go stronger, everything's fine. Next day he takes them past the fence again, everything's fine. The third day, there is a pack of wolves that kills every single one of his sheep. And the wolves don't stop there. They invade past the fence. They kill everything that the humans beyond the fence hold true and important. And everything's done, and they die. The whole village dies because of his going past that fence. And you might now think that the idea of that fence is that don't venture into new territory too much. It's not. That is also an important message, but it's also a message I would arguably criticize with the idea of sometimes you have to venture forward. Sometimes the present is so terribly unjust and horrible that you have to go forward. You have to try new stuff, and that's true. But the idea of Chesterton's fence is something different. It's the idea of something is in place that you don't fully understand. For you, it's just a fucking stupid thing, but there's some thought put into it, and you do not understand the thought. And by tearing down that thought, that idea, you set yourself up for failure. It is the idea that there is an idea in your culture that you don't know why it is there. For example, and I know this is stupid, if you are Christian, I can only, and I hope you understand why, I can only tell about the more Christian traditions because that's how I grew up in, at least. And I wouldn't consider myself Christian in all ways anymore. I am different now, and it doesn't matter. But when I grew up, it was the Christian thing to put up a Christmas tree at Christmas. And even if you are not Christian, and I know a lot of my viewers are not, you probably know that Christians put up Christian Christmas trees. They're like at Christmas Eve or some places beyond that, one day earlier or later, mostly later. They put up a tree in their living room. They make it beautiful. They put a beautiful stuff on it. They make it shine. No one knows why. Why do you put up a Christmas tree? Some people know. Most people don't. You just do it. It's Christian. It's a tradition. You do it. You don't know why. That's Chesterton's fence. You don't know why you do it. In Chesterton's fence story, the fence the shepherd finds, he doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know what the purpose is. His ancestors would have known. They would have known that it was to keep the big pack of wolves away that was outside, that only showed once every 15 years. That it showed. They knew to keep it out. He disregarded it. It's a warning against tradition. It's a warning against tradition that you think is laughable, that is unimportant, that is something you can laugh at. That the stupid idiots did. They put up a tree. Why the fuck would you put up a tree? Doesn't matter. You could as well take a car and put it into your living room. Or you could put up a candle. Why do you put up a tree? It's so fucking stupid. Why would you do that? Everyone does it. Why? Why do you do it? Doesn't matter. That's Chesterton's fence. If you stop putting up the trees, who knows? Perhaps it doesn't matter at all. But likely it matters. Likely the idea of kinsmanship, of loving your neighbor even though he's of another belief, perhaps even. That's what it preserves, the tree. Preserves the idea of Christ, as far as I understand from my limited perspective, and you can chime in. And as I said, this is very surface level and probably not correct from me here. So attack it if you want. That's science. Attack what I say. Always. But from what I understand, the Christmas tree is the idea of Christ, of sacrifice, of love. Perhaps it's not, but that's what it is. And if you tear it down, you don't know what you lose. Sometimes you don't know what you lose when you tear down stupid shit like the fence. And she was at the fence. She repaired it. And she told Holden, get away from it. In a way, I do think, and I know, you will shout at me. You will tell me I'm yapping and all that stupid shit that you say that I think is correct. Sometimes it is really correct from your perspective. I'm yapping. I'm talking about stupid shit that doesn't matter for you, perhaps. But for some it matters. And I do think the thing that matters is that she basically told her son, our culture, which is Earth's culture, led us to this place. We do have climate change. We do have walls that try to defend us against the sea. We have politicians like the one I have sitting in front of us now, in front of me now, asking about their son, trying to somehow make the solar system right. And I don't know how. And what I taught you might have been faulty and might have been ideologically driven. I might have risen you wrong. We might have risen you wrong. We might have taught you the wrong values. We don't know. We built a fence and we preserved it. We don't know if the fence is true. We don't know if the fence will protect you against the wolves outside. Perhaps we didn't understand the wolves. Perhaps the wolves are different from what we understood. So perhaps run away, try to build your own fences, try to find your own sheep to herd. And I do think that's what I get from the scene. I know that it was a long tangent, and I know, but...
And that if he didn't go, then I would.
Yeah.
And to watch what we were doing to him anymore.
Yeah. She realizes they were pressing an ideology onto him, not ideas. Because there's a difference between ideas being pushed into a person that they can still challenge and an ideology that's absolute. Because that's the problem with ideologies where they lead. Not all ideologies are in principle bad, but if you take them to the extreme, they always are. I love this scene. Love it so much. And she's like, I took him out to mend a fence. Yeah.
As far away from this place as he could.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it, man.
Couldn't stand to watch what we were doing to him anymore.
Yeah.
Right to open the cage.
You were right to open the cage. I love that she understands because she caged her son the value of her culture as well. She also built a Chesterton's fence against her son, which was the military that protected this fence. Basically, she told her son, protect our Chesterton's fence because it's the most important thing there is. It's more important than your life, and he died. So she had the same situation that Holden's mom had. She was at the fence and she was like, should we break it down or should we try something new? Because what we fucking do is not fucking working. Yeah. And he still calls to her every month because he understood her, perhaps. No. Anyway, that's a nice drill. I hope this weird spy dude is longer with us than this episode.
Guys, this is taking way too long.
It's composite titanium.
Titanium! Yeah.
It's not gonna help either.
What are they doing with the titanium? It's the hardest thing we know.
And keep it shut.
That's why I'm gonna kill the power.
Okay. Interesting.
Enough time.
You underestimate my ability to break things.
Yeah, you really do. Because she's out of your league. Okay.
B. To get down to that airlock and make sure nobody boards us.
Oh, wow.
Hold him off as long as you can.
Wow, that's good. That's good. That's so good, man. I need to rewatch that one more time because it was very complex, I feel. I'm sorry. I will just not put it in.
System
first, so the backup doesn't trigger.
Okay. So what I understand is that the magnetic seal will automatically close the door if something happens. Because they close the door, the Martian patrol will assume that they shut themselves out because they don't want them to board, which is obviously bad.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go prep for plan B.
Yeah. So they try to make the seal inaccessible, I guess.
Get something straight. Any Martians come through?
Yeah. Nobody's dying.
The mothership? That ain't
Really?
fast. Then we're gonna burn like hell somewhere safe.
Really? Interesting. Yeah.
Ship that size?
100 people. Yeah.
They are the enemy right now. And we're the fugitives.
Holy shit, man. Yeah. That's so good,
Not
man.
spending the rest of my days in a Martian gulag.
Oh, what? What the fuck? That's some low bit.
Do you think you're gonna get for the Canterbury side of prison?
Holy shit.
There's more innocent blood, and I don't want it.
Wow.
As long as it doesn't cost it.
Yeah. He's right, though.
Upstairs that as soon as you cut loose, will sell us to.
Yeah.
You logged the distress call, Holden.
Yeah. Holy shit. I love it, man. No. Yeah, she was, but wow. I want more Holden and Amos scenes. I want all of them. They're so good. Holy fuck, he's got a P90. No, it's not a P90. I'm sorry. Okay, so this was confirming what I thought about Amos. He's not a psychopath. He wants to survive. He's a very down to the basic emotional systems person. And that is one of the things you think. Enemy and friend. That's all you have. 2 categories. That's where he is. He knows a few hundred Martians saved him, but it doesn't matter. Like, that's a social idea. Numbers. 100 Martians is a number that, from a social perspective, you would be like, so many ideals and ideas that get sacrificed for us to be here. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care about numbers. He cares about the moment, which is a very more primal idea, which he is locked into through his trauma. So he is like, we are in a situation where we might die or we might live. I want to live, so fuck them up. I don't care why they're attacking us. I don't care how many were saved because what we did, and now that pays bites the butt. But we are people that can defend ourselves now, and we will. And I don't give a shit what you say about that. And that's why he doesn't give a shit about the hundreds. He doesn't give a shit about the hundreds because he hates people. He doesn't give a shit about the hundreds. It's not because he doesn't care about people he doesn't know, about morals. Like, he does have morals, but he's like, they don't matter because we have to survive here. It's a very primal, more reptilian idea. So Amos is currently very, through trauma and circumstance, present to his reptilian brain person, and they exist, these people, and they are not psychopaths. I mean, like, some people said they were psychopaths. It's not that. Then, like, Amos is not a psychopath. He's a very traumatized, regressed person into his very primal ideas, but he's a very complex, very human person, and that's why I love him. And yeah, very good, very good. And he doesn't call anyone an enemy other than the people attacking him right now in the moment. A very timely, condensed moment and frame. He wants the people who attack them right now to die, and he wants to save the people that are with him right now, including Naomi, who has some plot thing that I don't know yet. That's so good. And he also faults Holden for this. He's like, you fucking sent the distress call. You caused all of this, and you caused the people to come in right now, possibly as an enemy, to get shot by me. You caused that because you thought into the future. You wanted to help people. I just wanted to live. And you are like Holden is different from him.
Welcome to the churn.
Yeah, I love it. Because the Belters are more in the moment people. So, let's see what they do. So they stopped their maneuver. They apparently backed off. Like they backed into them. They're there.
Release your outer airlock door and prepare for boarding.
Okay, so they're gonna come in. And they do have a weird construction.
Welcome to the neighborhood. See you extending out your docking tube.
Your docking tube, yeah.
We're still
I
working
love
out
that
some
they've got a
kinks.
Martian that knows some of the stuff as well. It's so awesomely written.
We are not those guys. We're not the assholes.
I mean, yeah. That's true. Holden's. Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome, man. That's so awesome, man.
Back of the head. Take it if you need it.
Yeah. Man, Amos, holy shit, you chat.
There, boys, get ready to dance.
Wow, that's so well written. Holy shit.
Trouble's just a problem I ain't fixed
What's she doing exactly? Yeah, you have got a little man. Oh, he's just going at it with an iron. Let's fucking go. It's like a lightsaber. Still need to watch The Mandalorian, but it is a lightsaber. Oh, that's the code? She got it? She got the code?
And
Wow, he just feels it. That's awesome. He just feels it. That's so good. That's so fucking good. He just gave them all the codes for fucking measure. That's so awesome. You fucking chat, Alex. You fucking chat, man. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh, it's so fucking good. Oh, I'm fucking over whatevering the mic. I'm sorry. That's so fucking awesome. They just gave them a life hacks and they fucking buzz off. Would have liked for them to board them. Oh, yeah, I'm laughing as well. You fucking chat. That's so cool. And Amos is like, oh, well, fine, what the fuck? I don't care. You tried to kill me. It's a new situation. I don't care.
You see, it wasn't so bad.
Man, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. It was so fucking nice. But for a moment, let's just go back to the situation with Holden and Amos. Like, Amos was like, I'm gonna shoot them, you know that, because that's what we have to do in this situation. Holden's like, no. Like, on the further scale, we don't have to shoot them because they will fucking fuck us up. And then Amos was like, yeah, I don't care. It's the moment. Shoot me. Because it was also a moment decision. I like the way they projected down to the reptilian brain. I don't know if the writers do know psychology of this. But if they don't, they have a very good intuition of it because it's very consistent and in line with these ideas of more advanced cognitive structures and these cognitive structures we fall back into in stress situations. And Amos is a person who always goes back to those structures, even in small stress, in these reptilian brains of egocentrism and momentarily rewarding himself and making sure that in the moment he lives, but not in the future. And Holden's like, if you shoot them now, you might live in the moment because they don't shoot you, but in the future they will blow us up. And Amos was like, yeah, fuck it. It's okay. At least I win the moment. Oh, that was so good. So let's see what she does here.
Put him through.
What's he gonna do though?
Have mommy issues. Problem.
Does he have mommy issues? I don't know. That is true though. Yeah.
The asset bag him and bring him home for a long chat.
That's nice. So she is more amicable to him. Interesting.
Report said that Holden was heading for air.
Yeah.
Diverted MCRN gunship.
Oh, they know that. Interesting.
Notwithstanding, I've activated a Black Ops team.
Fuck off, mate. I hate you. I don't, but he's an asshole. Oh, God. Very
A
good.
series of circumstances we don't.
Yeah, she's so right.
And we can't afford to wait for the next disaster in Holden's wake.
Yeah. I get him, though. I get him, but he's wrong and she's right. That's so good. Wow, loved her lip quivering. The actress nailed that so much, man. The mother, hoping that she protects him. She protects him, yeah. Man, holy shit. The mother hoping that she protects her son the way she couldn't protect her own son. But they made it through this one. Will they go to Eros? The love.
No more patrols with.
That's good. Go to Eros Station.
We got ourselves a rock.
Will they find Diogo? I hope so. I like him.
Hey, can I just...
Quiet.
That poor sot.
Kid, I want your boy Amos off this ship.
What's happening?
No, don't.
Had him on. You better get him back.
No, Amos is the best asset you have. Amos is the one that takes you in the moment. It's the best counter to Holden. That's so good, man, though. I would take it. Like, if I was Holden, I would, like, promote him. No, that's wrong.
The only one who can.
No. That's wrong, Holden. That's wrong, I think. He's your antithesis. You need him to not fuck up. You need all opinions always to not fuck up. And he fucking takes a... Yeah. Taking a piss, I guess.
Look, I know we got off to kind of a rocky start, but...
Kind of. You tried to hack them.
In the trenches with people, going
Trench is very World War I language.
shake hands and forget all this ever happened.
I know. Why not?
Let me ask you something else.
Yes.
Are you
Manipulation? Ooh. He is indeed an animal, but not a bad one. That doesn't mean that he's bad.
Care what you're involved in.
Yeah.
You and your people.
Interesting.
I have family.
So you're coming with social ideas?
Into space because
He's good. He's very good. And he's probably right in parts as well. Yeah.
And mercy is not in the cards for me.
Interesting. I love that he knows that Holden can be manipulated with social ideas.
An animal.
Oh man, that's so good. That's so well written. Holy fuck, man. Because that's like he's basically playing against Amos. Yeah. He's against Amos's idea and Holden's principles. Doesn't say it though. That was so well done. Because Holden is the one that thinks the bigger picture, that wants a future for them. The Amos is the animal, which is incredibly akin to what I said with the reptilian brain part. That's basically one-to-one what people mean when they say you're an animal. You're egocentric, you're only there for anger or sadness, defense, lust, or perhaps exploration. That's all an animal is. What, at least in people's... Like, at least what people think about animals. And that's what Amos is in a way, because he regressed so much through trauma, which is very natural. Not often done, but natural. And the spy didn't understand that. I don't know his name, because I forgot, because I'm a fucktard. But I forgot his name. But he still was right. Amos was the one living in the moment, being very reactive, being very animalistic in that just action, defense, or perhaps standstill. And he tried to tell Holden, yeah, man, I'm for the future. If I go to a dog, it's fine. That Holden now has to decide if he trusts himself or Amos. And I do think Amos and Holden are the best combo in this show because they present antithetical ideas completely, 100%. We need those characters. Those are the dynamics I look out for in shows and ideas and fiction. I like the back thrusters we see here as well, like the side thrusters. The Beltrons. Flying away from a moon-like structure. The fuck's this? What is that one?
We will be cruising at a comfortable
Is that the Mormons?
till midpoint flip and burn next.
No, they just go to Aero Station, okay. Why do you have a little plushie? Are you gonna make me sad? Because you die? There are some people we don't see the face of, so they are gonna be interesting. Miller, okay, it's Miller. So Miller goes to Arrow Station on the public transport because he has no other choice. Wow, he is getting tics, psychological tics. He's also down to his... No! Fuck off, man! No! Left that. Because Miller is now at the place where Amos is. His societal role is done. He's not a detective anymore. Everyone who held him in high regards because of his social position has abandoned him, other than his weird ex-girlfriend who probably fucks off as well. I don't know what she does. She might be a chick of skin that saves him in the future. That might be a cathartic moment in the future. But he's done. Like, there's no social context anymore. He's basically also just an animal traveling to Arrows, taking his last chance to succeed in whatever the fuck he was doing there. And that's interesting. So he goes to Arrows. I also hope Holden and the people are going to Arrows. I really want Miller to join Holden's crew. That would be a very interesting dynamic because Miller still, I do think, has this judgmental idea in him that he might bring into the conversation. Holden has this very heroic, future-oriented, empathic idea. Naomi has the very pragmatic, also quite empathic but self-preserving idea, like that she symbolizes. Amos is the animal that lives in the moment. It's a brilliant character to introduce into this condensed unit of characters here. And Alex is basically the person who mediates between them a bit. So the main cast is already thematically incredibly well chosen, and I've been recording for 2 hours and 24 minutes, so I will cut it off here. Because otherwise you're going mad, I'm going mad, I want to sleep, it's like 1 p.m. Recorded for 2 hours more than I wanted. So if you like that, subscribe. If you're not here anymore, you won't subscribe because you're not here anymore. But yeah. You know, sometimes I wonder if I should watch more live action shows like this, because the actors give me, if they're good, a lot more substance to rely on in my interpretations. I mean, the writing in this show is impeccable. Like, no questions asked. No questions asked. But the acting is also impeccable in most parts. I think I've not had a bad actor in this. And that makes it more complete, because normally I watch more anime-like. Like, I don't mean this derogatorily cartoonish depictions of people, and like visually, and seeing real people act is a refresher. Yeah. And I like the complexity of the world so much. I've probably overanalyzed the shit out of some themes, but I don't know. I do hope you enjoyed this reaction still, after all I did. After all the trails I went on this time. But if you're still here, thank you so much for watching these. I know it's niche content. I know other people do get a lot more interactions and stuff, but you know, I just want to initiate conversations about this even. Like, not even give you my opinion. I do think that's secondary, but I do want to initiate conversations about this stuff. And I do think it's always important to initiate conversations in today's climate. And I know some people have ripped on my episode 1 and 2 reactions very harshly, and I understand them. I do understand them. It's not for everyone the way I do it. But I do think, and that's why I pinned that one negative comment in episode 1 reaction, because I do think it's important. I didn't do it as a spite or for you to harass that person, but I do think it's important to have these perspectives out there that are contrary to your own. I do think I always grow the most when I read comments that are hate comments. And it's hard for me. I hate that. I feel angry. I feel powerless. I feel like I do a bad job at reacting and doing videos. But in the end, taking some days' time, seeing the whole picture, I'm like, yeah, that's good. There are opinions that are not mine, that do hate what I do. And it's good. Because if everyone just liked what I did, I do think it would be worthless. And I'd rather be a channel where controversy is something that is enabled and that I also facilitate, in that I let those comments slide and I engage in the way that I want them seen. I don't want you to think that what I say is the truth, because there are more perspectives on the facts that I talk about. And if you have other ideas about what I talk about, that's fine. I just implore you to entertain the idea that you might be wrong, because I always entertain that idea. This is the most important idea for a scientist. It's not to get new stuff found out. It's not to understand new stuff, because I can tell you, in my PhD times, I did find something new. And I've talked about it perhaps in this reaction series before. I found something new, a description that no one else has found before, something that can quantify abstraction, which no one has done before in this scope. And to this day, I always am like, I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Where can I take it? I do think I'm my biggest critic, which might be unhealthy, but I do think at least there is a critic. Sometimes there needs to be a critic. And that's the philosophy of the channel. I don't know. If you're still here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the video. Also, do consider, please, check out my web novel, which is something that is important to me, because I try to figure out stuff on my own there. I try to figure out the ideas of power, grieving, of friendship, of connections between people, in all the ways that are possible, of ideologies and their effects, of horrors of the world that just hit you. If you're interested in these themes, check out my web novel. It is for free in the pinned comment. Volume 1 is almost done at this point. Only about 20 chapters left. I already have 125 probably published. So give it a shot. And if you don't, it's fine as well. So take care of yourself as always. And I hope I will see you soon. Take care, really. Bye.